Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to conclude our college football predictions with the national championship game. We're down to the final two teams, and for one team, I did expect a seed, but the other one, I'm actually kind of shocked that they made it this far. It is not to degrade any team because both of these teams have earned their spots. I just find it pretty surprising that this is the game that we ended up with. But this college football playoff, the 12 team format, actually worked because the top four teams that were the top four seeds, they're all gone. And we got two teams that you probably wouldn't expect to see in this championship game. Also very surprised that there's no SEC teams for back-to-back years. But you know what? Before I make my prediction, let's talk about the two teams and how they got here. Starting off with the Ohio State Buckeyes. Ohio State's a team that could win in every facet of the game. They can win scoring a lot of points like they did against Oregon, and they can win using their defense like they did with Texas. Because let's be real, that game was low scoring than you think. But if there's a nitpick with Ohio State, it's with Ryan Day. He tends to struggle on big games like this one, and this game is no different. This game will be his biggest game of his life. He has appeared in a championship game before, and that was in 2021 when they took on Alabama in that COVID year. But you know, Bama was on another level than anyone else that season. So Ohio State, they got. It's been a minute since they've been back in the championship game, and it's the team I'm not that surprised that made it this far. Now, what about their opponents? Notre Dame. Well, Notre Dame, their season did not get off to a good start. They barely beat Texas A&M week 1, which in hindsight is now their signature victory. But they also lost their only loss this season came against Northern Illinois in week 2 and gave the school just enough and gave that school enough confidence to join the Pac-12. But after that, Notre Dame they turned on a switch, blowing out opponents left and right, even if it's against the ACC opponents. ACC opponents, Purdue, Army, Navy. But what has gotten Notre Dame this far was one, the dual threat ability of former Duke quarterback Riley Leonard, but most importantly, the defense. Throughout this playoff run, the defense have showed up and they showed out. And like I said before, I'm honestly surprised that Notre Dame is in this position to begin with. But hey, they earned it. Their defense, they're for real. Maybe if their offense could do a little more, although they had a good game last week against Penn State, maybe they have a shot. And now to the big question. Who will win the national championship game? And you notice that I did not put a spread. I think even though I think Ohio State might be favored for now, I think this is an evenly matchup. I think this is an evenly matchup game. But let me mention that both teams have played a home and home series in 2022 and 2023 respectively, with Ohio State winning both games. In both of those games, the defense was used to get the job done. I think this game is going to be very, 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 very low scoring. It's going to be, I think it's going to be like that Alabama Georgia game they played in that championship game. Low scoring in the beginning, but the offenses slowly start to make plays in the fourth quarter. And even though I'm kind of impressed how Notre Dame got this far, and it will be a nationwide, and it could silence the entire nation if they could win the whole thing. I think Ohio State got way too much skill and talent for me to ignore. So for the national championship game, I'm rolling with the Ohio State Buckeyes to take home the trophy. And that concludes this college football national championship prediction. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Who do you think will win this national championship game? Thanks for watching. Gamble safely, and I'll see you next time.